Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
And good morning, Tucson, on this rainy Thursday morning. And a lot of kids are going to school for the very first time today. So happy first day of school, Tucson. I know my daughter is there. My social media pages are flooded of back-to-school pics from both yesterday and today. I don't know what year started where they're just like, we'll start the first day towards the end of the week and have an early weekend. I used to start on Monday. Back in my day, when TVs were black and white, and we got newspapers, and our social media was going outside with the beer and saying, "What's up, Carl?" Yeah, I mean, at some point they said, hey, let's start up the school week in the middle of the week. It's very odd, but today is the first day of school and it's raining. So that means we're going to have a bunch of crappy back to school picks, which I'm all for. I'm waiting for my first day of school pick from a Veal Vegan, who's a junior today. Oh, I know. But see, even her being in high school and me being rock and roll dad, I'm still cheesy to the point where I'm like, give me that first day of school pick. Have that collage going from like kindergarten all the way up. It's insane. And she's still in school today. So she actually made it farther than I did. So kudos to Veal for doing well. And
did you not graduate high school?
I graduated early. I got the JED and and then went my way on to college. So after jail, of course,
yes,
proper schedule, and got an education. In fact, actually, I do have a story about jail coming up around 6:25, 6:30, because you can learn things in an institution, and there are some ingenious inventions and workarounds that prisoners do once they are locked up. Something about, having nothing but time on your hands. You come up with some brilliant things, and a lot of people, a lot of dummies who end up going into jail or the prison system end up learning more than they ever would have out on the streets or would have attempted to learn in school because of necessity. They have to, right? And, little do they know, if they start like committing crimes because they don't want to learn in school, then they go to jail and it's like, oh, damn it. Now I want to learn things.
Yeah.
And that's the irony there. Here's something that you should learn. You should probably not get restaurant delivery when it's raining in Arizona because of flash floods.
Yes.
We've been having a lot of flash flood warnings lately.
Big time.
Just last week, a grandmother in Apache Junction, just north of here, got caught in a flash flood while delivering DoorDash, and the paramedics had to come by and firefighters had to come by and rescue her. And the video of it is harrowing because she was about to get swallowed up by this wash.
Wow.
So yeah, it wasn't like, oh no, my tires are flooded, I need help. No, water was coming up over her door into her windows and was about to drown her ass when firefighters made a miraculous rescue. And in the meantime, somebody's sitting there being like, where's my McDonald's I ordered?
Yeah.
1 star. So it makes me consider that, like, when it's raining, because usually when it's raining or it's crappy weather, I'm like, nah, just get restaurant delivery, right? I'll just do one of these services, the DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, whatever. And that way I don't have to get out and get wet. And it's some other person's problem who needs the money.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's like an elderly woman who can't afford to retire, has to keep hustling on her side gig. And then she's ended up driving through a wash to deliver something that you could have drove through and got.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of like Jack in the Box or fast food that she was delivering. So
I'm sure it was nothing precious.
No, not as precious as a sweet grandmother's life. Just imagine your grandmother passes away of delivering McDonald's.
Oh, I would just feel horrible.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I'd still, eat that delicious quarter pounder with cheese and be like, oh, I feel so bad. It's going to make me feel better, though. Every bite. I miss you, Grammy. I miss you so much. So, yeah, keep that in mind as it's going to continue to pour. I mean, I'm not a weatherman, but it looks pretty moist out there. And it looks like it's going to not let up anytime soon on this first day of school. So I'm actually kind of stoked about it because I'm going to play a lot of good rainy day music, but not the song that you...
Not Blind Melon?
Yeah, not Blind Melon.
God.
You can't play No Rain on a day that it's raining.
That's right.
What are you, stupid?
Get it out of here.
Yes. So we got tickets on the line today for that of Ghost. And later on in the podcast broadcast, we got the Redstones in studio, plus a lot of stuff to get to. It's going to be a fun show. Phone lines are open if you want to give us a shout. 600 KFMA and 600-5362. Let's kick things off with some Offspring to make it a real good Thursday. And we'll have your morning moron coming up after Shinedown on Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go. I love that we're just frozen on the screen.
Yeah, that's
there.
fun. That's a good look.
Yeah.
That's when you roll the credits.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba.
All right. Well, welcome to the podcast broadcast. Sorry about that. I was just catching up with our in-studio guests. This is Kevin and Daniel from the Diversion Program. They're going to be part of Steal the Show, Win the Dough. Good morning, guys.
How you doing?
Hey, we're excited to have you in on this show. And, of course, uber excited about Steal the Show, Win the Dough, which is our one-night Battle of the Bands competition showcase, if you will, for our 1-year anniversary. So we're going to be catching up with them. They're going to do live in-studio performance. We continue this. It'll be 3 days in a row that we have live music on the podcast broadcast. I'm stoked about it. You guys have been a band together for how long?
I want to say about 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Okay, well,
We've been
Kevin,
on the DL for a while.
Kevin, yeah, I could see, okay, like maybe like high school or a little younger. I could see you were around the same age, but Daniel, dude, you look fucking super young. Yeah. So
You have no idea.
Looks are deceiving.
yeah, aged well.
That's because he dresses like me. He's wearing Spider-Man all over himself.
That's I know, but there was going to be a segment I was going to do before talking about the rugby player. About signs that we feel like we're getting older. And I scrapped that idea because I'm looking at Daniel. I'm like, well, he wouldn't fucking know. This guy's like 24. So
Hey, that's awesome.
yeah. Oh, nice. So
Can I call this the podcast?
Are you saying I
well,
look
I
old?
call it a podcast broadcast, but if you want to make it all like prod, I should have thought of that first. God damn it.
You can have it.
I don't get it.
Bro,
I don't get it either.
it's like podcast, broadcast. He just to replace the B with the P.
I do that with a lot of words.
Oh, I
Mhm.
see.
Yeah.
Use that microphone.
Yeah. You gotta speak. Get a little
Yeah.
closer in there.
Is that better?
You got to cuddle up with me, dude.
Right,
Absolutely.
bring those chairs close.
All right, so we're gonna be live on the air today. We're also gonna feature Tap Out. We had Tony from Catalina Craft Pizza, so we put together a nice segment with him where we look over his menu while playing Tap Out, and it was super fun and entertaining. And shout out to all you streamers out there. Anthony, I have to hit you up. I had Anthony come to my house yesterday to check out a leak in my roof.
Yeah.
It's funny too because Anthony's one of my OG streamers, and him and Manny and Nick bought the banner that you see behind me. And we started getting a leak because all the rains, it was like kind of flooding out the house. And so we hit up my girlfriend's brother-in-law, who's like our landlord, and said, hey, we got an issue. And he's like, here, this my buddy referred this guy, and he gave me the thing, and I'm like, that's fucking Anthony. That's my
so
boy.
funny.
Yeah. But I have to hit you up, Anthony. It looks like it's still leaking a little bit. So let me get back on the air here and do this tease. Rock 102.1 KFMA, Five Finger Death Punch. The podcast broadcast is live right now, and I got the Diversion Program in studio. We got Kevin and Daniel. And initially, I was going to do a segment, but I decided to scrap it because I thought Daniel was too young. But apparently, you age like wine, Daniel.
Yes.
And then, Kevin, you're probably age appropriate. I don't know. So,
Man, I usually don't get that. I get it the other way around. But
Right.
That's cool.
no, I could be guessing wrong, but the reason why I bring this up is because coming up next, people shared things that make them realize that they're getting old. So this was a Reddit thread that spread like fire, and I've had plenty of moments where I've realized I'm getting old. We're going to share some of our moments where we realize we're getting old, and it really creeps up on you. I mean, I know mentally and emotionally, most of us are probably feeling like, yeah, I'm still a spring chicken. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not one of those old guys. And then something will pop up where you're like, oh, son of a bitch. Am I the old guy? That's what we're going to find out after Stained. It's been a while. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. I know you have examples at the tip of your tongue. I could see it, Daniel. So we're going to share that after Waged War. Here's Circle the Drain and Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. So what was one of your examples? What was it?
So, well, if you're talking about like being able to tell that I'm getting old, just
I find I can't skateboard anymore.
oh right.
Oh, really? When did you stop being able to skateboard?
Probably about 38,
Oh,
which is what, 8 years ago.
okay.
There, I just aged
Okay.
myself.
Oh, see, well, you know what? You look younger than your actual age. So that's good. You're holding
This
up
is
well.
true. But no, yeah, I skated my whole life, and yeah, and it's funny because the diversion program at one point was called "Too Old to Skate."
That was well before he was actually
Too old to skate. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But
It's
yeah, you know you're
prophetic.
too old when you can't go skating. Even if you don't fall, you still hurt.
You really, and that's what it was. So it wasn't even you like doing tricks or anything. You're just like, I can't do it.
Yeah, your body just pays for it regardless.
Yeah, that's how I feel getting up out of bed. That's,
Yeah.
that's what I was like. Yeah, it's my old man thing is just the groaning,
Too old
the
to wake
amount of
up.
groaning.
There'd be
Right.
stuff like movies or music for me where I'm like, wow, that came out when? Oh my god! And I don't even want to think about like it's been over 20 years. It's like some of my favorite things.
If you think about it too, because remember when we were in like high school and a movie that was 20 years prior to us. So like say we're high school in the 90s and a movie came out in 1981. It seemed like the longest time beforehand. Hell, if it came out in 1989, you're like that's an old movie. And you're like, oh, that was only 6 years ago. So yeah, we're catching up. And a lot of these people like Forrest Gump is like Gone with the Wind.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
really weird. I'll have the same thing. I'll be like, wow. So when I was a kid and I thought about that length of time, it was mind blowing. And now it's like, that's like nothing to me. And I still call myself a kid. I feel like
Mhm.
a kid. I'm always going around doing.
He
acting
still
stuff.
acts like a kid
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
We all do.
Yes, we do.
You're talking to the backward hat crew, and we're all, in our 40s and it's just like, never going to grow up. Fuck you. Toys R Us ruined us. know?
Well,
So,
I think you can be like responsible and adult, but still have the the attitude of like I'm not done growing.
yes.
Like being an adult and being a grown up are different. Like if you're like I'm grown up, okay, so you've stopped growing. What you've got nothing left in life for you ahead. That's kind of sad.
Well, and you know what? I think there might be a lot said to the theory that with our attitude, it keeps us looking younger as well. Because, the previous generations aged out so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm watching a documentary on the last movie stars, which is Paul Newman and his wife. And yeah, they looked 40 and 50 when they were 28.
Right.
And that's how a lot of people are. And again, speaking of, how fast and the time goes, and as far as what was cool for a second, eventually, like even the biggest movie stars or popular people in the world age out. Like a Clark Gable was the biggest movie star on the planet, right? The planet for a
Who's
long
Clark
time.
Gable?
Exactly. You can't ask a
Gone
kid
with the wind.
nowadays.
Oh,
Just done, gone. So
Well, age is a state of mind.
yes.
I mean, don't grow up, just evolve constantly.
I just saw a preview for a movie yesterday, and I'm like, who is this old guy in this movie? It looks all badass. I was like, holy crap, that's Sylvester Stallone.
Ah,
Did you see
yes.
that preview for that movie? He's good.
Yeah.
He looks
No, what
old.
was the name of it?
Samaritan.
Yeah. he was,
Oh,
like,
the
grizzled
Samaritan.
in it.
Okay. Yeah, then we might even have to pull up that trailer. I want to see how badass he's looking. I'm a fan of Sly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He got all jacked on HGH in the
Oh,
last decade. He's all just a muscle.
is that what he is now? He's even more
he's-
jacked.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty big for being his age.
Yeah, you gotta love that technology. It's amazing.
You didn't want to sag,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, right. You have to keep maintaining, or else you're gonna sag.
yeah,
That's right. You got to stay good or they kick you out of SAG.
right.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point there. Okay, so I'm gonna give some examples here in a little bit on this thread because there's a lot. So someone wrote when they started playing Gangster's Paradise on Classic Hits Radio. That's
Yup.
when you knew,
There's,
right?
there's
You know,
nothing worse.
I saw a meme yesterday that said Coolio is talking about how he won't live to see 24 or whatever.
Yeah,
Coolio is now 57.
right. I also read Coolio had been shot 10 times. Do you know this?
Whoa.
10
Wow.
different times. Yeah, he got shot more than Tupac. And one of the times was like in the head, and he survived. It kind of grazed him. But still, 10 times Coolio's been shot and still kicking, I guess. And how many crack addictions? The guy has been through the ringer. And the fact that he's still alive is amazing. It really is.
Wow.
Okay, so here's some other examples that we won't share on the air, because I sadly relate almost to all these. And this one is pretty much right up your alley. Is when you bend down to pick something up, but wonder what else you can do while you're down there.
Yeah. Let me delay.
Uh-huh.
Let me delay picking stuff off the floor till it's like, all right, let me just do it all at once.
While I'm here,
Yeah.
I'd rather get stuff done before I make the effort of getting back up.
Oh, the worst is when you can't get back up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't been
guess-
there, but like you start getting up and you feel a nice pinch or something in your back.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
no.
me. That's what I mean. I feel like I'm guiding myself around the house as much, not just walking. I'm like, make sure I walk in the right way. You don't want to turn suddenly.
Yeah, I don't know, Kevin, if it's better to have like a hobby that's like a sport like skateboarding or to not, because when you had that, yes, you're getting the exercise, but that's when you realized you were getting old sooner than the rest of us as far as inactive person, right? Like as an inactive person who doesn't have any kind of like sport hobbies, I can't tell if I'm getting worse at it. Like, and I thought about this too,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
watching sports documentaries and, you know, these prime athletes that get to a point where it's like they're just slowing down and then they just can't do it anymore. And it trips me out because I don't know that feeling because I've never physically been at a point where I push myself. I can still go to the gym and at my own pace. I don't feel like I'm getting old yet.
Dude, I like to rock climb and like swim. Like last year, Reddington was incredible.
Speaking to Mike, yeah.
Yeah, Reddington was freaking amazing last year. This year it's been like crappy because of the weather. And I'm actually glad though, because I ruptured my biceps tendon at work, and so I had to have surgery in April to reattach it.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm working it hard. And yeah, so like that happened. I'm like, oh man, like I've never had an injury like that. I've never had to have surgery, and that was kind of like a wake up. Like I'm
That's the eye-opening thing.
Doing all the same crazy like overexertion, you know, type of my body that I like to do.
Brutal, yeah.
But you do know one thing. I mean, can you drink like you used to?
I can drink like I used to. I just my hangovers are a little different, but you know, I can still drink like I used to.
Yeah.
That's a skill that constantly grows, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the liver
'Cause
gets bigger.
I can't do like I used to do. Like, I'll stay up for 24 hours, not partying, but like drawing or doing doing a project, and like pulling all nighters now is a lot more work than it used to be.
Well, I don't drink as often, obviously. But you know, like what at the Casino del Sol.
Yeah.
We did the Iron Chef competition. We got there what time?
We got there at 1.
Right. Started drinking at 1. I didn't stop
afternoon?
till
Yes.
I didn't stop till 4 a.m. So it was a
Good run.
solid. Yeah, it was a
I
good run.
tapped out at 10:30. I was like, I'm done.
Right.
Like,
So not only did I like, you know, I actually have pictures that I didn't even know that were taken of me with the whole crew, Chef Ken from Dante's Fire celebrating, buying shots. The reason why I spent so much money, I have evidence of it. And I'm just like, look at us, beast at like 2 a.m, last call on it. Like, So yeah, that's the one thing I still got.
So
Let's get back on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. That was Stained here. We're in studio with the Diversion Program, who's going to be part of Steal the Show, Win the Dough. And we're kind of commiserating about getting older and the signs of getting older. Here's a sign that I've noticed this week especially is that a lot of my friends on social media are posting pictures and I'm just scrolling through and I'm like, ooh, who's this hot college chick? And I'm like, oh no, that's a friend from high school's daughter.
yeah.
And then I slide in her DM and be like, hey, I know you're not. Just
Stop
kidding.
it. Oh my
Sorry.
God.
No, I won't. I said college chick there, Powers. But I mean, these kids, they're getting so old. And now you're like, it's at the same point where you knew their parents when they were hot and young and they still kind of look young to you.
Yeah.
So that part blows my mind.
Apparently, some of us still look young to them.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Right.
used to be like, look at that, a hot old lady. And now it's like, I mean, look at that hot woman my age.
Yeah. Look at that hot age appropriate piece of ass. So it all started when someone posted the Reddit question or posted this question on Reddit. And what's something that made you say, oh, I'm getting old? And plenty of people have shared their thoughts. And if you have any of these thoughts, go ahead and give us a call right now, 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Here's some examples. I hardly know any of the famous celebrities these days. And then I realized I don't really care. That's how I knew I was old, right?
Yeah. When you recognize no one on any of the MTV awards.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
does that still happen?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true.
What
that
does MTV give awards for now, though?
Oh, no, they still give them out,
For music?
nobody watches.
Yeah.
But nobody watches. But yeah, I mean, this next wave of pop culture celebrities, people are, it's under the radar for us old people. And I would say that there's a couple, like Timothy Chalamet is a name that I kind of know. I don't know how this kid got famous or why people care.
So I think part of it is, the media is spread out now, right? We used to have like fairly concentrated sources that we got our entertainment, our media from. Now it's like so spread out that like, unless you're keeping up with a bunch of different niche areas on the internet, you're not gonna know who half the celebrities are. Like I know some random weird things because of the stuff I watch.
Right.
Yeah. Then every day someone will pop up. I'm like, what's this? Who's this? I have no idea.
Right. Yeah. So it's Simon getting older, but yeah, I think you're onto something there too. Here's another example. If you need to scroll longer to select your birth year in online forums, it's like takes 3 days to get down to your year.
Price is Right wheel.
It's the Price is Right wheel. There's a meme where it's the Price is Right wheel.
Yeah.
That's the funniest
This
thing.
conversation's making my back hurt.
Yeah.
You ever do like the FU scroll? Like, like you're not even, you just do a couple big swipes because you're like, it's way down there. And you do that like 3 times. You're like, oh, it's still farther down. All right. Say another comment was, I get freaked out watching people age. Like the Obama daughters are adults now. Chelsea Clinton's in her 40s. Bill Clinton, George Bush, both 75. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Olsen twins. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When
They look
you're-
like they're 80.
When your sports heroes are starting to pass away. Like that's the thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you're a little kid, they're in their late 20s to 30s. So now we get to hear and like, oh, they're starting to pass away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, these are all signs. So, like I said, I can sadly relate to all these. So, the question for our streamers out there to put in the comments: what is something that makes you realize you're getting old? And do you feel as old as your actual age? I have a feeling most of us will say no. All right, we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Got more, and we're also going to have a live in-studio performance from the Diversion Program as they're going to be part of our Steal the Show, Win the Dough. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I got a phone call real quick. Let's answer this. See who we got here. Rock 102.1. Who's this? Oh, they just hung up.
People
All
get
right.
Scared.
Yeah, people get scared.
Yeah. Scared.
All right, we're going to get ready for a live in-studio performance from the Diversion Program. And earlier this morning, we had Tony from Catalina Craft Pizza come in. He's our latest advertiser to jump on for Tap Out, which we're super stoked about. These Tap Outs, I love doing these games, and I love kind of spreading the wealth and getting people gift certificates to check out new restaurants and bars. And Tony's been listening to the show for a while now.
Yeah.
So he knew about F My Life. He knew about all this stuff. So it's a listener turned advertiser. And I can thank Tony enough. And he's a really cool dude. We checked out his menu and played Tap Out. And in case you missed it, went a little something like this. And KFMA, that's Corn, of course. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents on this Thirsty Thursday Tap Out edition, brought to you by Catalina Craft Pizza. And I got Tony from Catalina Craft Pizza. We're catching up with Tony back here because his backstory is that he used to be in education, a teacher here locally, before he bought Catalina Craft Pizza right before the pandemic. Is that what you said, Tony?
Yeah, well, I got out of education right before the pandemic, and then I myself and a business partner bought the restaurant smack dab in the middle of the pandemic.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So I mean that's almost a gamble in a way because we're in the middle of a pandemic, so things are shut down and obviously things are for sale. But then you're betting on the pandemic ending soon enough for you to be open and operating, right? And it worked out.
You nailed it, and that was exactly it. We were betting on that, and a lot of adjectives used to describe us as whether we were wise or not. Wise was not the adjective initially.
Yeah, what'd your family members say?
Some were supportive, some not so much. So.
Yeah. Well, you got to take risks in life, and if you have a passion for this as well. And we've been hearing nothing but good things about Catalina Craft Pizza. Not only just the food, which we're going to dissect here on the podcast broadcast and look at your menu on the website, but also the live events that you guys have been throwing there. You've been doing comedy nights, you've been doing live music nights, and Catalina Craft Pizza is on Oracle, just north of Tangerine. And they say this is the tagline at CatalinaCraftPizza.com. They deliver the highest quality craft pizzas, house-made sauces, and fresh ingredients. And we geek out over like chicken wings.
Yeah.
I love me some chicken wings. So Tony gets the meatiest chicken wings before breaking down some of the most delicious sauces. And you also talked about this Pinocchio Pizza, and I want you to describe what that is because, again, I love creative culinary. right?
Yeah.
I love things looking on menus that I don't see other places. So what's this Pinocchio pizza all about?
Yeah, it's so great. So we scratch make the sauce every time it's ordered per order. So it's a gorgonzola based cream sauce that's freshly made, and there's some spinach, some marinated grilled chicken, and some mushrooms. It's just rich and thick and delicious and fresh. You can't beat it.
Yeah, nice. Oh, I love it. All right. Well, you know what? As we're drooling here.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Like, make it. Oh, yeah.
I know. I don't mean to make it sexual. Don't make it weird. We do have a game to play, and that game is Tap Out. So we're going to give up to $100 in gift certificates to Catalina Craft Pizza, so you can check this out for yourself. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Let's find out who our contestant is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tap Out.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
Yes, let's find out. All right, I'm trying to get my Tap Out background. Got it. Okay, let's go to the phone, see who our first caller is. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Hey, this is Jose.
All right, Jose, you know the deal with Tap Out. Tony's going to ask you a question. If you can answer this question within 5 seconds, you're going to be our contestant and automatically bank a $20 gift certificate to Catalina Craft Pizza. Are you ready?
Can you give me 10 seconds since it's my birthday?
No, but happy birthday, dude. All right, so here's the question Tony's going to ask you. 5 seconds on the clock when he finishes it up, and good luck.
All right, Jose. What is the world's oldest and most widely consumed alcoholic drink?
Mead.
Ooh, that is an excellent guess. Widely consumed? When was the last time you bought a 6-pack of mead?
True.
Yeah. Oh, happy birthday, buddy. You lost. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. We're looking for a contestant. If you can answer that first question, then you are going to be the winner. And our contestant who's going to play Tap Out and play for up to $100 and gift certificates to Catalina Craft Pizza. I did feel bad to hang up on him on his birthday, but I gave him the 5 seconds. If I gave him 10 seconds, he still would have answered mead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What is mead?
Mead is like a wine. We have Tucson Games and Gadgets is our friend. So it's kind of like a Renaissance fair nerd wine.
Yeah,
but it's delicious.
Like what
There you
Thor
go,
drinks.
Renaissance. Oh,
Yeah, it's what Thor drinks.
There's a little background there with the Renaissance fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. All right, Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Justin.
All right, Justin. 5 seconds on the clock. Tony, go ahead and ask this question.
What is the world's oldest and most widely consumed alcoholic drink?
Wine.
Oh, nice guess, Justin, but incorrect. All right, Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Holy shit. My name's Max.
All right, Max, no cursing. You're live on the air. All right, so you got 5 seconds to answer this. You almost cursed again, Max. All right, here we go. Ask the question again, Tony.
What is the world's oldest and most widely consumed alcoholic drink?
What is beer?
Yeah, I did Jeopardy style.
That's right. Way to go.
That is correct. All right, dude. You're going to be our contestant. You already banked a $20 gift certificate to Catalina Craft Pizza. Now, the rest of you guys, stick around because we're going to see if he can answer the next 4 questions. And if he can't, we're going to give up the gift certificates to our scavengers. So be ready to call 600 KFMA. We'll find out how much he knows in Tap Out after Blur's song 2. Keep it right here. It's Beef Vegan Presents on Rock 102.1. Tap Out, baby. Clear.
Tap out, baby.
Tap Out, baby.
I love it.
Tap out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your
Hey,
name again?
don't be talking trash about mead, man.
No,
I used to
mead.
make that stuff.
Oh yeah, you I've been to jail too. So what's your name again, dude?
My name's Max.
Max.
Spelled
Okay.
M-A-K-S.
Okay. Well, I'll get to that point once you answer some more questions correctly.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But Max, I'm just gonna go spell it the traditional way. It makes it easier. So we're gonna be back on here in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. And while I got the stream running, I do want to look at some of these pictures here of the Catalina Craft Brewing, or I say brewing, Catalina Craft Pizza. All right, so right here on the home screen, that's just the Supreme. And it seems like there's a little bit of sauce on there. A little like honey glaze on that. Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at you. See, look at me.
Yeah.
There you
Oh.
go.
What you doing?
You know, I've been fat for a while, Tony. And, you know, I don't know if you know this, but we know our food a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
we take it
yeah,
seriously.
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, look at these wings. That's amazing. So, and you just, it looks like, is it not traditionally deep fried? Will you do bake these?
So we do brine them and bake them a day ahead of time.
Okay.
And then it's a flash fry.
Ooh,
And that's what keeps everything, juicy and moist.
that's how you crisp it.
Yeah.
I like
Mhm.
that. And it's
Mhm.
probably a quick turnaround, right?
It's well, as far as making them quick, we can get those done in 2-3 minutes.
Right. When you order them there.
When
but the
ordered.
prep
It's
takes
it's
time.
a full day. Yeah.
Right. All right. Nice. All right. We're going to be back on in 10 seconds. So, Max, good luck to you. All right. And hopefully you can
All
answer
right.
the rest of the questions. Remember, if you don't know, you must tap out. Okay.
Yes, that's the important rule. Also,
Sounds
don't
good.
curse again.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
Yes. Welcome back. On the phone, we have Max. He is our contestant in Tap Out. He answered the first question correctly. For every question he gets right from here on out, he's going to bank himself an additional $20 gift certificate to Catalina Craft Pizza. I have Tony from Catalina Craft Pizza in studio. If he doesn't know any of the answers, he could tap out and cash out, and the rest will go to our scavengers. Max, are you ready for the next question?
Yes, Beef.
All right, here we go. Tony, go ahead and ask him the question. 5 seconds is on the clock when you finish.
The Munich Beer Festival is held in which month?
August.
Oh,
No. Have you ever
September,
heard
isn't
the beer festival Oktoberfest? Oh, if we said Oktoberfest, you probably would be able to guess October. So yes, that is when the Munich Beer Festival in Germany is thrown. So unfortunately, Max, that means you lost. But all right, there you go. Tap out with Max. He only asked one question. That's the second time this week that we had 4 different scavengers. In studio, we got the Diversion Program hanging out, about to do a live in-studio performance because they're part of Steal the Show, Win the Dough, August 12th at The Rock, which is not this Friday, but next. It's a one-night competition, and whoever puts on the best show gets the entire door. It's going to be a fun party. We're going to play a bunch of games, and as we get to know Kevin and Daniel from the Diversion Program, we're just going to get right into live songs. So you guys have been together about 20 years, been friends for that long, which is amazing. What's yeah, right? It's difficult, right? What's the name of the song you're going to perform for us?
The song's called The End.
The End. All right. Well, let's get right into it. The End by the Diversion Program right here on the podcast broadcast. Check it out. Ran hard till they put her away. Now I'm pretty sure she's crazy. She looks at me in the strangest ways, and I'm pretty sure she hates me. She doesn't like it when I say these things. She's only leading me to stable. Go ahead, try and bring something new to the table. As long as I'm with you, I'll be able. Take my hand, let's do the things we plan to do together, even though I can't stand you. Everything to the extreme. I didn't think that she could take it. It never gets to offer me like a bad habit. I will break it as long as I'm with you. I know I'll make it. Take my hand, let's do the things we plan to do together, even though I can't stand you. Sometimes we'll make it to the end. Yeah, one more time. Take my hand, let's do the things we plan to do together, even though I can't stand you. Sometimes it's alright, we'll make it to the end. love it. Diversion Program right here on Rock 102.1's podcast broadcast. That was a fantastic performance. I love the harmony between you guys too. And that's an acoustic version. It's essentially just punk rock. So I could already imagine, the full on amped up energy that you guys are going to bring to the stage, steal the show, win the dough. Do you sing all your songs together with that harmony?
For the most part, yeah. Like some songs, he mainly writes everything.
Uh-huh.
And so he'll like kind of come up with his thing first, and then I'll either figure out a harmony for certain parts, right, and then maybe the chorus, or some songs will just be like, we'll just do the harmony the whole time through.
Yeah.
And like a little bit, I sing like a little bit lead on a couple where like he'll back me up, and it's kind of the same thing where like he'll just be kind of harmonizing with whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, and then we'll have a few songs where it'll be just me and he might not even sing at all,
Oh yeah.
And I'm mostly lead, but we kind of go back and forth. I call him my backup vocalist, but he's more my right-hand man.
You call him your backup. Say that again.
Well, left-hand man.
Oh, your left-hand man.
My
Nice.
left-hand man. There
Yeah.
you go.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the show. We just had a performance from the Diversion Program on the podcast broadcast, which was fantastic. And we'll do another one here in a minute if you're down with that as well. And do you have music videos too? Like, you guys been around for a minute. You got to get your music video game tight.
Well, we do have like one video up on YouTube, and it's really just some pictures from some shows. Honestly, over the last 20 years, it's been more about fun.
Yeah.
And having fun. And we haven't even recorded a whole lot. We just kind of do it for ourselves. It's really never been about like getting out there and trying to be famous or anything like that. It's
Just
more
playing music.
it's about playing music and feeling it and our release.
Right.
So we have also like we had a hiatus. So he moved away for 7 years up to
Okay.
Phoenix. And so like we didn't play for 7 years, and then we kind of came back. He moved back and we just started writing all new material and stuff too. So
Nice.
we did have like an older album recorded. We were never like happy with the quality of the stuff that we had, actually once it was mixed and everything.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to come back, kind of like write new stuff, like really other than like one or two we kept, but like really fresh like feeling and like make a new album like that and like be able to build like in between. I got a new bass, so like I got to write everything now on like a 5-string instead of a 4-string, and like just basically coming up with entirely new stuff after almost a decade was really
Yeah, that's amazing. And I'll tell you what, the other bands need to be weary because, the fact that even your mindset, your approach to how you're writing songs and what you do is essentially to steal the show every time you hit the stage and steal the audience away and grab their attention. I mean, instantly the energy was infectious, and I'm very excited to see you completely amped up on the 12th. We're hanging out with the Diversion Program. We got some radio content we're going to get to. We're going to check them out on YouTube on the podcast broadcast stream as well, because I do want to hear a little bit that's recorded as a full band and have you guys do another song. And then we'll be back with our OnlyFans Model of the Week. Our OnlyFans Model of the Week this week is a Mormon. Wow. The backstory of her is pretty interesting, though. And not only is she gorgeous, but the reason why she's doing it is, respectable. Now, I don't know if the Mormon Church will respect it, but it is a really cool story. So the OnlyFans Models of the Week is coming up next after 3 days grace. Keep it right here. Join us on the conversation. Rock 102.1 Facebook page, Beef Vegan Presents on YouTube. I'm melting down.
No, you're doing great.
All right,
You're doing great.
that's a
There, yeah,
wholesome that's a wholesome OnlyFans page.
Oh my God, it's so not wholesome. It's fantastic. And she's a mom of 3 and she's gorgeous. And we're gonna pull it up. You're gonna be able to see it here on the stream. But her backstory is that she's a widow. And like I said, we'll dissect it a little bit here, or here in a little bit as well. So I gotta get ready. I gotta do an endorsement real quick for Desert Diamond Casinos. So real quick, in case you missed this morning's moron, or should I do F My Life? Actually, today we had a good F My Life with Tony from Catalina Craft Pizza. In case you missed it, went a little something like this.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward. Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid. It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, time for another round of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations emailed to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, First day of school. I'm sure you got one or two out there. Give us a call, 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. And our panelists will weigh in on your F My Life situation. Today we got Powers in studio, and we got Tony from Catalina Pizza and Beer. Is it pizza and beer? Am I saying it wrong already?
Yeah, it's Craft Pizza. Catalina
Craft Pizza. Yeah. Catalina Craft Pizza, which we're going to be playing tap out with Tony here in a little bit and talk about his delicious chicken wings and his Pinocchio Pizza, just to name a few. All right, but before we get into all that, let's go into our first email. This one was sent to me by Kaylin? Yeah, Kaylin. All right, Kaylin wrote, today my manager asked me for the password to my internet so she could Skype family since she can't pay her bill. This is the same woman who just a week ago tried to evict me because my rent was an hour late. Trying to be the bigger person, I gave her the password. She changed my password.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's just like the hell landlord. What do you say, Powers F My Life?
Yeah, that's an F My Life all day.
All right, Tony, what do you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's brutal. I'm going to have to hit the trombone on that one. All right, good luck. Move out immediately, by the way. But you can't start looking up for places to live because you got no internet.
No. Damn.
I know. All right, next email sent to me by Sammy. He said, today my girlfriend noticed that I looked upset and asked me what was wrong. I told her I was sexually frustrated. Her response, what are you telling me for? Oh, hey, I gave the New York accent. That's the way I read it, you know. Tony, what do you say?
No, come on.
That's Big Baby?
Really? Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you say, Powers?
I'm gonna stick. I'll agree with Tony.
All right.
Yeah, that's a big baby.
Big baby all the way around. I guess you got to, serve yourself.
Ah.
All right. What are you telling me for? Hey, go tell somebody who cares.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Your sex life. Forget about it.
Exactly.
All right. Next up, my life sent to me by Jody. Jody wrote, today while I was at my job as senior care, I was in a client's home vacuuming the carpet and found a very used vibrator that belonged to his wife.
Oh.
It wasn't clean.
All
right. F My Life. Tony.
Oh, yeah. F My Life. That's no bueno.
Yeah.
F My Life for even hearing that. Yikes.
Well, I think it's
Good
worse
point
for
there.
Jody because I'm sure they saw like family pictures. So you put a face to the vibrator.
Geez.
I know it's not good. Not good. That's why it's in F My Life. Yes, we agree. All right, two more left. Brittany sent me this one. Said, today my grandma and I went shopping. When I picked up some shower gel, she started ranting in front of everyone that shower gel injures one's quote-unquote lady parts and causes infertility, and that she wants me to give her great-grandchildren. Jesus. All right, F My Life for Brittany. I know.
Yeah, don't go to the store. F My Life.
Yeah. Oh, what do you say?
Yeah, Granny's got to stop watching certain news channels. I think she's believing some of this hype.
She needs to get off Facebook. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
so
that's an F My Life. That's crazy.
F My Life in front of everybody too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, does that work? And it's like, can we throw the condoms away and just use shower gel? No. The answer is no. All right, final F My Life of the day sent to me by Brandon. Brandon wrote, today, my wife found out about all the crazy stuff my ex and I used to do in my car, which I still drive. Serves me right for encouraging them to be friends. I hope she doesn't find out what went down on our ottoman. I can't afford a new one. My life. We'll start off with Powers.
Yeah, I don't want to know who he went down on that ottoman.
All right, what do you say, Tony?
Yeah, F My Life. Never let the truth get in the way of a good relationship.
Yeah. Be like, we're exes because we never did anything but hold hands.
Right,
But yeah,
right.
You messed up, Brandon. Definitely F My Life. Good luck on not having her find out. I
Yeah.
hear women like to talk. All right, there's your F My Life for the day. To keep those emails coming, beefvegan@kfma.com. Now get ready because we're going to do another round of tap out after we get to know a little bit more about Tony and Catalina Craft Pizza. That's coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. All right, I just did my endorsement and bombed that pretty good.
That was gold.
It was gold, but bombed as well. Who's
Pirate.
it? Huh?
Pirate? Wait,
Yeah.
What's the fool's gold shit?
The fool's gold? Oh yeah, the pirate. What?
Is
No.
that pyrite? No.
Pyrite.
Yeah, it is pyrite.
Oh.
Pyrex is glass. Pyrite is fool's gold. All right, yeah.
Oh, see, no. You're educating us today. My brain's too slow this morning to educate. But Lindy shouted out, said, great job, Kevin and Dan. Looking and sounding great like always. So Lindy Ellis. So
Is that Lindy or is that Lindy?
no. I think you guys know him, right?
That's my girl.
That's your girl,
Ah.
Lindy. Almost like Lindsay. Yeah, so we know Lindy from Thunder Bacon Burger Company.
Thank
so
you, baby.
yeah, he said thank you. Alfonso, yes. You have a great day too. We'll see you around the building. All right, let's get into this next performance. I want to do another song here from the Diversion Program. So bust it out because again, I do love the harmonies that you guys are doing, the punk rock energy that you have, and so when you perform, are you guys a 3-piece or a 4-piece? Nice, okay. And Dan, you play bass and sing. And of course, Kevin, lead guitar, lead singer. And then who else? You got a rhythm guitar or?
Actually, I'm rhythm guitar.
Okay.
We have a lead guitarist, Mario. He was unable to come in because he's got one of them day jobs.
One of them jobs.
Like we all do.
Yeah.
And our drummer, he's working as well.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
David
So
Talmadge.
nice. And is it just you and Dan that sing along on the songs, or does Mario jump on for the harmonies as well?
No, just me and Dan.
Yeah, I still just like it because again, it's you got the higher range and it just blends perfectly. So, what's the name of this next song that you're gonna put together? And did you write this solo or did you guys collaborate on this one?
I wrote this one. This one is called Needs.
Oh, the story of how this one was written is actually really cute.
Yeah, what's the story? Like how it's written?
Do tell.
So Kevin was standing in the kitchen with his daughter one day, and his daughter says, "Dad, how hard is it like to write a song?" And he's like, "Well, it's kind of this easy." And then he literally wrote a song about what we need to like live every day.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what? That is great though, because a lot of times some of the catchiest songs get thrown together when you don't overthink it as an artist. And I'll give you several examples because this happens all the time where an artist will put together an album and they present it to the record label, and the record label will come back and be like, "No, you don't have a fucking single. I need a single. Like you got a full album. Give me a single." And then out of resentment, they're just like, "Well, we'll just crap something out." Baboosh. And then that will be the biggest charting song they've ever had. Right. So in this thing, I love the inspiration behind it and the story. And this is put together and it's called Needs. And let's dedicate it to your daughter.
Yes. Let's dedicate it to my daughter.
Your muse.
This is Vivian Whitlack.
Excellent. Here's the Diversion Program. Check them out. Smoke effects.
Running water, electricity, gasoline to fuel my car. I've got a caffeine addiction. Who am I kidding? I'm addicted to it all. I've got nothing left and nowhere left to go. Whoa. We've got everything, still nothing to show. Yeah. Running water, electricity. I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down. It's pretty obvious. It's plain to see I'm gonna let everybody down.
I know, Chris, because we're going to go live on
Now,
here with
normally we would do a whole outro here.
Okay.
And every time I have to come up with a completely different phone call. And it was really great, actually. On the album, we totally threw on like a nice little phone effect, like a filter.
Nice.
And so it just sounds like I'm completely talking to somebody calling in. I think on the album it was his wife calling in, telling him not to use the credit card to get pizza and a drink after the breakfast.
Yeah,
But yeah, every time it has to be like kind of, whatever's going on that day, kind of like riffing on either something that happened to us that we talked about or something that's going on, like maybe the news, something like that. So,
yeah.
Right now, I'm not going to make up one of this just because it was more fun to tell you like, what the process is.
Do you know when your next paycheck is gonna come?
Nope.
'Cause we don't know when our next paycheck is gonna. Right now I'm focused on having some fun.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause we don't know when our next paycheck is gonna
gonna come all over your face.
That's the Diversion Program here at Rockwell 2.1. We're live on the air, and they were just performing on the podcast broadcast. Excellent job, guys. We're going to see the Diversion Program live in action as a 4-piece, fully amped up, when they attempt to steal the show and win the dough at the Rock on August 12th. Again, that's not this Friday, but next Friday. It's a Rock local event celebrating the 1-year anniversary of this show. $10 at the door. That's all the information you need to know. You can get more information on our Facebook page and look at the event. You guys did a fantastic job. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast and check out our OnlyFans model of the week and be back with the beef tip with the Diversion Program after these words. Clear. All right. So perfect. So that last part, we were on the radio. So
that's why I said effer, not fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, when we were doing the song, we were not on the radio.
Yeah, we know the tail end of the song. So what happened was during the breakdown when you're talking, that's when we got back on the air, and I think it was perfect timing on that too.
Good, yeah,
and
swear on the air.
Yeah. But when you said motherfucker, we were just on the podcast broadcast.
That's what I thought we were.
Cool.
I thought it was
wasn't
okay.
sure, so I was just trying to keep it clean.
I know you gave him a look, and if you guys watch the playback later on, notice the look that Kevin gives Dan after he says motherfucker. It's fantastic. But what it was, and then when we got on the air, I just tried to whisper while we're on there, like, hey, we're going on the air. So, I mean, I have a dump. I could have protected it, but, it was sounding great. So it was good to, and this was our workaround because, my manager's like, you can't just be doing live songs on the air, from local bands. I'm like, oh, yeah, not whole songs. I could do about 45 seconds. All right. Yeah, I can. So it's a good workaround. And it was good. I think that was a great way to reintroduce yourself to our driving audience who are going into work right now.
Awesome.
All right, let's get into this OnlyFans model of the week, shall we? I need the proper background music as I talk about her. Oh, that's proper. Yeah. And I'll pull up. I gotta get this thing. So this was just posted in New York Post. So I'm gonna show you this Mormon mom, and we're gonna pull her up. She's gorgeous.
The Post is such trash.
Yeah, the Post is trash, but it's a great source for radio content. Now,
sure is.
Especially when it comes to OnlyFans stuff. Her name's Holly Jane. She's 39 years old. You're not going to be able to tell it. And she has 3 kids. Now, she's raising those kids by herself right now, unfortunately, because her husband was killed in a car accident, tragically, in 2017. Now, the thing that makes her unique and the reason why she's the OnlyFans model of the week is not only because she's becoming a super mom and taking care of those kids and a responsibility, but it's because she's Mormon and she is now going public with her secret OnlyFans account and revealing her kinky and clandestine page. Clandestine page. Well, she has now more than 45,000 followers and she's banking over $37,000 a month.
I'm in the wrong business.
No, you are. Start taking pictures of your feet immediately because it will add up. So here's pictures of Holly Jane, who sounds like such a simple Mormon name. You got blurred out pictures of her kids, which is good. Thank you, Post, for not showing that. Oh, got a little too close.
Oh,
yeah. So here's
good Lord.
Yeah. She's fantastic. And so I'll show more pictures here. I'm gonna mess that up.
They're feeding those Mormons well.
I went too close. I got too excited. There's another one. Yes. Oh, Holly Jane. Fantastic. So here's a little more backstory, and this is why she's the only fan. So at the time, the widow was working in recruitment, but turned to Instagram where she amassed all her followers. And then she realized once OnlyFans came around, that would have been a great way to make ends meet as a single mom. She was left stunned when she started to amass those thousands of fans who fawned over her naughty photos on Instagram and then the nude photos. And she said, I might be paid to strip off, but these are people who there are people that strip off for free. This is her thought process here. Mm-hmm. So she's just being smart about it. And I think absolutely she is. And this is a quote that she said. She said, I'm doing it in the safety of my own home on my own time. Everybody masturbates and sends racy pictures, so I don't see it as a big deal. This way, I still get to practice the traditional ways of being a homebody, but instead of sleeping around, because that would go against her Mormon beliefs, which wouldn't match up with the ideals of the church. She's just making a living from her hot body at home and, pleasuring herself, which
she's a based Mormon.
Yeah. Right. And it's working out great. Like I said, $37,000 a month. Now, as far as going public and risking being kicked out of the church, because they are very strict about this stuff. They're like, oh, you can't violate church law or you're out. You're not temple worthy, whatever the case may be, no matter what the situation. And she's definitely in a circumstance, in a situation where it's like, hey, I got to raise these 3 kids by myself. And she probably would have had 6 kids if her husband didn't die tragically, because they don't stop. We just keep going.
I was going to say, your tone during all this is like a defense lawyer for this woman.
Yeah, sex work is
here's
worth
the thing.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure she doesn't get kicked out of the church.
Yeah.
But the reason why she's going public, if you're like, hey, if she's so worried about getting kicked out of the church, why is she talking to the New York Post? Well, she has so many followers and she's making so much money. She realized that it's only a matter of time before one of those secret pervs within the church finds out.
Yeah, she's out soon.
Yeah, so she's just kind of getting ahead of the curve with her popularity growing. And so she's just like, here I am. Accept me. If not, I'll buy my own fucking church. But boom, $37,000 a month. So for that, Holly Jane, 39 years old, you're definitely the OnlyFans Mom of the Week. Fantastic job. Yes. Yes, it deserves a round of applause. All right.
More than that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speaking of which, you got to be right back. If you missed the Morning Moron, one little something. 1.1 KFMA, it's Beef Vegan Presents 6:15, and time for your Morning Moron. Let's do it. What's your first thought when you think of Nolans?
Oh, Nolans?
Nolans.
I don't know. I mean, first thought you said.
This isn't Jeopardy. Yeah, you're stumbling. All right.
Stop. Go on.
The partying is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
That's usually, yes, there you
What's
go.
the name of that street?
Yeah, well, again, you're overthinking.
Bourbon Street. That's where go on.
All right, stop. Yeah, you overthought it. So, the first thing that usually pops into people's minds when you talk about Nolans is the partying. People like to party in Nolans. Everybody likes to party in Nolans, even this Morning Moron. But what's particular about this Morning Moron, the reason why I'm putting them in here, because I wouldn't just call somebody a moron for going to New Orleans and partying and getting drunk off those hurricanes. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Throw some beads, look at some boobs. It's a good time. But if you're a police officer, you probably shouldn't have such a good time in Nolans. You should probably work a little bit. And that's what Officer Denzel Millen did not know. And this is why we're reporting on him today. He crashed his marked police cruiser into several cars in the warehouse district of Nolans and has been arrested and suspended. He was booked at the end of July with driving while intoxicated, and he told his supervisor he drank before his shift. When they gave him a breath test, it showed his blood alcohol concentration at 0.186. That seems like a lot. And in New Orleans, that's more than twice the legal limit.
Sure is.
And they have a higher legal limit than most places throughout the entire country because, again, partying in New Orleans. People drink hurricanes at night, just a little nightcap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the department says he's been reassigned to the Special Operations Division that, among other things, investigates drunk driving cases. This is like one of those scenarios where you got to have a criminal expert catch a criminal. It's like Catch Me If You Can. Yeah. Oh, it's like you were forging checks for 30 years. You're really good. Now you're the head of the forgery department.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an alcoholic who drives your marked police car into several cars because you're so drunk you can't even avoid a parked car. You're in charge of our drunk driving investigations.
It's ridiculous. Hey, get him on the mounted, get him on the horses, right?
Yeah,
so the horse could just trot around. He could drink all they want.
No, that's not true, though, because, you could even crash a horse if you're too drunk. Steer right into a wall or something. So, either way, Officer Denzel Millen, for getting wasted in your squad car, crashing into several parked cars, then getting a promotion, definitely makes you a morning moron. Nah. You get your camera on, Powers. You're all blacked out.
Oh, someone's calling. Cancel.
Oh, that's why.
Apparently.
Somebody hit you up.
D9.
Yeah. All right, excellent job. All right, we're almost out of time. And again, we like to thank the Diversion Program for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
It was great meeting you guys, and can look forward to partying with you next Friday. It's going to be a really good time. So we're amping it up. You're going to be hearing commercials on it on KFMA, and then we'll be out there for everybody who's coming out. We're going to be playing games in between sets, giving away gift certificates, playing the Last Word Live, Last Geek Standing Live. Couple of games that we enjoy playing on the radio. To be able to do that in person, powers will be full powers.
I'm gonna be a maniac. I can't wait.
Awesome.
I'm dressing like
Can I give a couple
judge.
shout outs?
Please do. Please do.
My other band, Held Out.
Oh yeah, I hear
keep
good
an eye out
things
for
about
them.
Held Out too. Yep.
Yeah, we got a show coming up with Saliva 2 days after the battle here.
Nice, excellent show.
Our friends from Versus the Fall, all the bands that we're playing with, Res Tones, Method to the Madness, So Sick, Flying Half Full, very good friends of ours.
Nice.
Don't forget. Did I forget somebody?
I don't think they did.
I don't know. You know, we're friends with everyone. Stands with Fist, Jonathan, what's up?
Yeah.
Neon Prophet, our drummer James Ringstrom, who is the biggest band whore in this town.
Who's the biggest band whore in this town that you're giving a shout out to?
James Ringstrom.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a drummer
James.
for how many bands? I don't know. He's a drummer for Held Out, drummer for Stands with Fist.
Jonathan
Lethal.
Russell's in all those bands too. So
Jonathan Russell's a very good friend of mine of over 25 years. So.
Yeah, he's a good dude, and we're gonna do a Russell Fest eventually, where it's just all his bands on one bill. Yeah,
I keep telling him to do that.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
That's the
so
money
funny.
idea. That's the Diversion Program. That's all the time we have for the show. I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Don't forget to go to Steal the Show, Win the Dough on Friday, August 12th. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Riley's up next. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you
wish
upon a side of beef, soon will come and end to all your grief.
Later, guys.
But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.